Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And this is a game between Liquid Bunny and Snute on King Sejong Station, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player representing Team Liquid, it is Snute. And in the top left side of the map, we have his teammate, the blue Terran player, it is Bunny. I know I called him Liquid Bunny, it's actually just Bunny. As you can see here, Team Liquid players put Liquid before their name. But it's just Bunny and Snute for you guys. So, two European players that know each other very, very well. Again, they practice against each other a whole ton, I am sure. Are going up against each other in this Dreamhack Zowie 2016 tournament, which is really good time. Some amazing games from it so far. Very, very excited to bring you this particular one. So, I do have my list of Reaper names available, as it appears very much like this is going to be a Reaper expand out of Bunny. Again, we have been surprised and shocked and saddened before because sometimes this is going to be a reactor and then we get Marines and then we just console each other very desperately as we cry on each other's shoulders. Hatch first into an extractor from Liquid Snute, so it's not a crazy 3-roach rush or anything like that. Going for a very standard macro style opening with the spawning pool coming out at about 17 supply. No concerns there. Barracks is just about to finish, and now comes the moment of truth. What will Bunny do? What will he do with this? It is a Reaper. It is a Reaper, and this Reaper's name is Francis. Now, Francis is actually a female. Ah, didn't see that coming, did ya? Francis can be a girl's name or a boy's name, and Francis snuck into the program by pretending she was a dude. Because the Terran military was horrifically sexist for a long time there, and they basically said, no girls allowed. No girls allowed, and Francis is her own little G.I. Jane. She is the first person to get into the Reaper system. If she can prove herself in this match against the Zerg, they might allow more females into the Reaper program, but I don't know. And actually, I shouldn't say the entirety of the Terran military is sexist because they do have female ghosts, obviously, but Reapers, this is the first time they let anybody into their club. So, little StarCraft logos on her shoulders, looking very happy indeed. 4 lings are coming out for Snute, popping out just in time. Queen's on the way too. Francis has a tiny, tiny little window to sneak in here and kill some drones before those queens pop out. Oh, the lings are in perfect position. They get some hits off. Run! Run, Francis! Kitty 8 charge. Does not hit anything. Down to 25 out of 60 hit points. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying first experience with the Zerg waiting for her. Waiting for her on top of that ramp. Just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, KD8 charge. Oh, knocking some drones, doing 10 points of damage there. Not too shabby. Micro on display right now is pretty darn fantastic for Francis, but hasn't killed a single thing, hasn't got any scouting off, hasn't saved an SCV, hasn't killed a drone. I don't know about this grade for Francis. I don't know if this is going to advance the cause of female Reapers in the future or not. We'll keep an eye on her, though. We'll keep an eye on her, but 2 queens. Get out, run. KD8 charge does knock both of the queens back, but they don't it doesn't bother them too much. They don't really mind. Guess is what I'm trying to say. It is a Marine transition here with more Marines and Stim coming out, factoring into a starport. Possibly some tank drops. Again, dropping tanks down here is pretty good for Terran. Can hit this mineral line, can hit this extractor. Not much the Zerg player can do about it unless they've knocked down this debris, which it looks like they've tried to do. Mind you. Oh, speedlings. Are those speedlings? They are, in fact, speedlings. So, unfortunately, Francis's days are numbered here. If she gets caught by these speedlings, she's in a ton of trouble. Oh, speedlings showing up at Bunny's base, killing an SCV, stopping the construction of that bunker. The Marines could not get there in time. Reaper Francis, look out. You're in no man's land right now. Get somewhere safe. Try to avoid the ling patrols. Did they see you? I don't think they did. I think they saw you use the jumping to your advantage. That's what you got to do. These things used to be able to walk through. I think they fixed it, though. I think they fixed it. Oh, crud. KD8 charge, just dodge the juke, the attempted juke. Francis, no! Francis, run for your life, Francis! Oh, Francis. Alright, so Francis scouted absolutely nothing, did see the hatchery, didn't kill anything either. That's a failing grade. I'm sorry, Francis. I'm sorry, Francis. Perhaps the next female Reaper will be able to advance your cause more efficiently, but as it stands, your superiors are not very impressed. Third base coming up for Liquid Snute. Great wall of supply depots coming up right here for Bunny. Double drop of just straight Marine from Bunny. Heading on down, trying to see what it can do against the Zerg player of Snute, a fan favorite on the channel if there ever was one. And what is here to defend against this? 30 lings. So 30 lings against 2 full medevacs. That's like 16 or, well, not quite full, 15 or so Marines. All right, here they go. Unloading off the creep, moving in, trying to deny this base. They're going to go for it. Queen's here. If the Lings can get in too. Lings with Queen support, and there it is. Yes, that's going to force the retreat for sure. That is way too many Lings. Way too many, especially if the Lings are taken. Oh, the Queens do take out the medevacs. Can they get another one there? No. No, they can't. Masterfully held there by Snute. He recognized he needed Lings. He recognized he had 5 Queens down here. How many does he have? He has only 6. So injects aren't looking very good at either of these bases. Well, this one's not bad, but replacement Queen just about to pop. Knocking down that debris, sending the Lings out for some scouting. Is our friend Snute. +1 Carapace on the way. Tanks, Marines, Combat Shield, and a 3rd base under construction by Bunny. Another attempted drop here. And again, another attack up this way. The Queens did take out their medevac, and now these guys are stranded. Oh, they're coming in anyway, though. They say, you know what? There's no exit for us. We don't care. And now they do care. They're heading home. They had some second thoughts, I guess is what I'm saying. Spore Crawler getting some shots off on that medevac. The Lings ready to rock. Pinning a Marine against that wall and killing him immediately. Trying to hide behind the extractor. Not really working out. And can the Queens get the... No, the Queens cannot get that medevac. It is down to 12 hit points. But is definitely still alive. Marines splitting on out. Lings up there as well. Coming on over to land the command center on the 3rd base. This Marine... Oh, this Ling... Why do I always confuse Lings and Marines, you guys? Like, in my brain, I see this, and sometimes my tongue says Marine. I don't know why. I don't know why. Pneumatized Carapace Overlord is heading on overseas. The million barracks that exist. +1/+1 being researched by Bunny as well for his bio units, and says, you know what I need? Roaches. Roaches with Quill Reconstitution, +1 missile, and +1 Carapace, as well as an infestation pit. That's how we're going to do this thing. Ling trying to harass this. That's going to be an orbital command. A big old Marine tank push. Sneaking on in here. Roaches coming up, trying to deal with it. That +1 Carapace is going to be super useful. It allows the Roaches to survive one more shot from a tank. Supply block, though, is Snute. Not a good look. So 8 Roaches on the way. How many Lings are on the field? 8. So Queens and Roaches trying to do this thing. And yes, taking out 1 medevac, which is pretty darn amazing here. Trying to stay out of the range of that tank. But it's still hitting the mineral line, unfortunately. Marines getting right on inside. Absolutely decimating everything. Lings over here, though, going to town on the 3rd base of Bunny. I'm not sure what he has to deal with this. Queens are taking some tank fire very, very well. They don't take extra damage from those tanks at all. Roaches trying to do it. Lings killing 6 SCVs. Trying to get a tank as well. Not going to happen. And forcing Bunny to retreat there. So 5 drones killed, 6 SCVs killed. It's 51-64 total harvesters. Snute is looking strong. Snute is looking very strong indeed. I don't know if he's going for ultras just because he didn't start the attack upgrades for melee. And he's definitely going for +2 missiles. So I think he's just going to try to do this thing with Roach Ravager Queen. And again, the Queen count is crazy talk. 13 Queens at the 8-minute mark for Snute. Just dead impressive here. 4th base on the way for the Zerg player. Yep. Terran player has 3 bases. Again, 57-64. +1/+1 just finished for those biological units. Another factory on the way. Not sure what Bunny's going to do with that thing, but infestors in production. And just +2/+2 for these Roaches and these Ravagers. Corrosive Piles landing. Almost getting those guys. They did not fall for it, though. And pretty good against tanks is Corrosive Pile, unless they have medevac support, and then they can kind of just pick up and lift off. And it takes some micro from Bunny to do it, but it is pretty darn effective. So 4 tanks here. Again, +1/+1 on those biological units. What are the tank upgrades? Does he have any on those? I haven't really seen anything in the top left to tell me that he was upgrading his vehicle weapons. But maybe he was. Maybe he'll surprise me. And nope, not surprise me. Not even the tiniest bit. One-shotting these creep tumors. Number of creep tumors that have died is 13. That is a super high casualty. 40 Lings, though. 40 Lings thus far. And 4 medevacs is pretty good kill count for your Zerg player this early in the match. And dropping some poop up here to make sure that this area doesn't get tanks spotted on it. I suppose that's what the idea is. Not expanding here at all is Snute. Not sure what that's all about. +2/+2 definitely on the way for Bunny. More Marines. Getting a Marauder mixed in there. Is that the first Marauder he has made? Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Yep, first Marauder that has been constructed here. So tanks and Marines. Again, a combination made in heaven. A match made in heaven here. Killing creep tumors, trying to run on up. And Spore Crawler getting some shots off. Tanks in that position are so difficult to deal with. I don't know what Snute's going to be able to do against this thing. Yeah, the Marines are going to die. Like, there's no question about that. But 8 drones have been killed thus far just from tank splash damage from that low ground. It's such a great spot. What you really have to do is just prevent the Terran player from getting here in the first place. Counterattacking, though, is Snute saying, you know what? Go ahead and leave your tanks down there. Leave your Marines up here. I can handle it with my Queens. I'm going to come up and destroy everything that you have. Tank does get killed before the medevacs pick it up. Small handful of Marines and Marauders. I don't know if it is enough to make this thing work here. Coming from both sides, though. Fungal on top of the units. Corrosive Bile does land on a couple of the tanks there. These roaches are getting massacred, though. They decide to head on back home to assist with this particular fight. The tanks are running for their lives. Everybody on the ground is dead. Bunny tried to pick somebody up, but they were gone. They were absolutely gone. So 16 drones have been killed thus far at 63 to 55 total harvesters. Bunny looking good. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say he is looking excellent. Corrosive Bile's landing. No. Not going to happen. No. Once again, not going to happen here. Tank splash on top of everything that Snute has. Gotta hate that as a Zerg player. So he is transitioning into a Spire now, which seems like a good idea. +2/+2 now finishing for Bunny, which should give him +3/+3 at about 13 minutes, assuming he starts that immediately, as he might. I'm trying to watch that production tab. I don't know that he is, but he might. 9 drones on the way right now for Snute, which will give him the production lead here. Another drop attempting this way. Does get scouted by some roaches and an Overlord, and landing with Marauder support. Those roaches are in trouble. More roaches coming on in, but I'm just not sure that it's entirely enough. Meanwhile, another attack up here from Bunny's getting met by Mass Queen with +2/+2. Catching a fungal on that group of Marauders. These guys are still alive. Landing, Spore Crawler trying to kill that medevac, but this group is in a ton of trouble here. These drones absolutely getting annihilated. 8 more drones have been killed so far. The multi-pronged attacks from Bunny have been absolutely insane this far. APM for these players about 360 for Bunny, 260 for Snute. Landing on the high ground is Bunny. More and more reinforcements coming on out, killing again more creep tumors. 10 drones have been killed thus far. They got the medevac. Cleaned that up. This group is still a bit of a concern. It is 193 to 157 total supply. Snute has the bigger supply, but a lot of that is Queens, and I'm just not sure how effective they are against this composition that Bunny is rolling with. Greater Spire on the way, and +3/+3 coming up for both of these players for the units that they are using most of all. Yeah, I mean, the tank splash is doing great. No upgrades on those whatsoever, but I'm not sure how much it actually matters. Queens really want to clear this out. Coming from the backside, Roaches and Ravagers. The Queens have their attention of the tanks. Tanks do turn around to fire, but it might just be too late. And yes, forcing a full lift-off and a retreat, trying to catch those medevacs. Nice dodging. Oh, not enough. Not enough. One of the medevacs is killed, flying a tank. That's got to be a good feeling for Snute. It's really hard to catch medevacs with Corrosive Bile. Planetary Fortress upgrade here at the 4th base for Bunny at the 12-minute mark. Yeah, still working on that +3/+3. Greater Spire, though. I don't know that Bunny knows that is coming. I haven't seen any Viking production whatsoever. Yeah, he hasn't scouted the main at all in this game. Not even scanned it once, which I feel like might be a bit of a mistake. But again, Bunny is way better than I am. I'm not going to critique him too much. Marines, Marauders, killing an Overlord. Another attempt to drop over here. Loses the medevac to the Queens. Dang, these Queens have been doing excellent at killing medevacs. 8 of them have been killed so far, and there are only 4 in the air. That's exactly what you need to do. I know I say that a lot, but in ZVT, if you kill medevacs, it will benefit you in the long run immensely. Oh, another one dies. Oh, was not watching where he was going. Was Bunny. Fungal on these units. Another fungal. The chain fungal, the Corrosive Bile, trying to get rid of those medevacs. One's still alive, doing the dodging thing. Picks up a Marauder, does manage to escape. 5 Broodlords coming out, however, for Snute. Corrosive Bile possibly? Nah, I mean, that's getting microed by Bunny way too well to allow that to happen. Does manage to escape. But the continued production for Bunny is nothing to laugh about, nothing to sneeze at. It's 168 to 184 total supply, +3/+3 coming up for both players at essentially the same time. Carapace coming up. Is that Flyer Carapace? It is Flyer Carapace for the Corruptors that are under construction right now. And where are those Broodlords? Broodlords, here they are. Broodlords are coming. I don't think Bunny knows about this. I really don't think he does, and he might just be in a huge amount of trouble here. So here we go. Broodlords setting up. There's the scan. Bunny does see the Broodlords now. What's he going to do? Production tab. I imagine we're going to see Vikings in production at some point. No, he's not doing that. He's just continuing to make Marines, Marauders, bases, all sorts of fun stuff here. So there we go. From above, Broodlings striking, hitting, chewing through stuff. Planetary Fortress does love to chew through those things, trying to abuse the immobility of them. is Bunny, but it doesn't really work out for him at all. His entire army gets absolutely massacred. Corruptors kill all of the medevacs there. There are only 3 medevacs left on the field. Another attempted attack here from Bunny. He's still not making Vikings, which I find extremely odd indeed. So the Broodlords can take care of all of these tanks. These guys are really mobile. They are going to get this hatchery. I don't think there's anything Snute can do to fix that whatsoever. But yeah, Broodlings getting rid of those tanks, getting rid of some Marines. A base does end up falling. 15 drones are actually killed by Bunny. It's 63 to 46 total supply. Bunny recognized, I can't really deal with the Broodlords right now. I am double pumping Vikings, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. That attack did get cleaned up pretty easily by Snute. It's 166 to 122 total supply. Corruptors absolutely making a mess of these medevacs, just killing them. 3 in production are on the field right now. There's no blue on this half of the map whatsoever. Planetary Fortress will probably get assaulted next. No. Instead the Broodlords pull back to look for some support, which makes a lot of sense here. 8 more roaches on the way. 2 infestors coming up for Snute. Another attempted drop. Bunny says, I got to be more mobile. I got to attack more different angles because Broodlords are so darn slow. Yes, they're good siege weapons, but they're not good at defending. That's for sure. One of the Vikings ends up dead there. Corruptors trying to run. And again, forcing everybody back with the Broodlings. It's trying to sneak on in. This is where all the queens were earlier. I don't know where they are now. But it was definitely... Queen count is 8. There's 8 of them. Anyway, trying to sneak on out. I'm not sure where the queens are, but I have to click on them to find out. There they are. They're just running around different places. More Broodlings just keeping this base under assault. Launching strike after strike after strike at this planetary fortress. They're not going to kill it now, but it will take some time. And look at they're finally attacking the main base for the first time is Bunny. Going after a dead extractor, which seems like an odd choice. Corrosive piles landing on everything, and the planetary fortress does end up falling. SCVs need to run for their lives. This is not where they want to be. 5, 6, 7, 8. SCVs getting destroyed. 53 to 44 total harvesters. Bunny still has that lead. Turning around to fire is Bunny with his army. Oh, the Queen's killing everything, and that's it. Bunny with the GG. Bunny is defeated. Snute is victorious, and Zerg gets the win today. Well done by Snute. Again, the tech switch into Broodlords was brilliant, getting that +3 attack on the Roaches and Ravagers. Fantastic. I love the Infestor choice as well. Good fungals all throughout the game after those guys popped up. And yes, he did lose a lot of workers, 46 to be exact, but he didn't let it get him down. Only killed 17 harvesters of his opponents. Did manage to kill this very crucial 4th base of Bunnies and then march on in with a vastly superior force. Only 5 Marauders and 6 Marines left in Bunny's available army, and that includes this Marauder down here who is this close to dying. So well done by Snute. Nice Zerg victory in the ZVT today. Didn't even use Ultras. Didn't use them. Didn't need them. And got the win. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.